AMV editing mistakes. First one is mirror around clips. If it looks like this, then fine, not very noticeable, but this looks awful, so get rid of it by adding motion blur to your clip. Something like the RSMB plugin should cover it up when applied to an adjustment layer for those specific keyframes. See how much better it looks in motion. If the mirror is still there, rearrange the order of the effects. Sometimes that fixes it. Number 2. Incorrect blending modes. Pause the video and use this diagram if you don't know how they work. I've got this overlay and I've applied the darken blending mode to keep the dark pixels, which is the border. However, it's lost all the grain and other small detail. Changing it to an alternative blending mode that serves the same purpose, such as multiply, will fix this. See the difference between the two? And of course, it works the same way with other blending modes such as lighten and screen. Number 3. Messing up a graph when making scales or using Twixtor and pretty much anything else. Take a look at this graph, which appears fine until you play it back. Where did this black outline come from? If I zoom into the graph towards the end, you'll see that there's a dip or a spike that shouldn't be there. You can fix this by moving the handle slightly up or down to smoothen it out. For scale outs, move the handle down. For scale ins, move the handle up. That should fix it. Number 4. Wrong sequence frame rate for Twixtor. Before you Twixtor your chosen clip, nest it, open up the nested sequence and change the frame rate of that specific sequence contained in the clip to 24 frames per second. This is because 1. It may remove unnecessary repeated frames, which usually take longer to cut down. Number 2. This is the original frame rate of the anime. And number 3, if your main sequence is lower than 24 frames per second, the clip will be missing some frames, which is why it's important to revert it back to its original state inside a nested sequence. Thank you for watching. Peace.